Yes, I can.
Mhm. Nice to hear you. How are you today?
I'm fine. What about you?
Oh, actually, I'm a little bit sick for the last couple of days.
Yes.
So as you can see that I sent a message to VIP. I used to have a problems with my blood pressure and hypertension. That means that my blood pressure was too high and I couldn't sleep nicely. But okay, but and now I am getting some medications and infusion, and I think that I will be okay. Okay, and can you please tell me how was your? First of all, thank you for because I used to visit a doctor to get medications, and first of all, thank you. And second thing, how was your day so far? What did you
It's
do?
good. I finished 4 or 8 subjects so far.
Okay, what subjects did you finish so far?
I think that the order you already pretty straightforward at. Monday I have literature. Uh, Tuesday I have English, and today I have math.
Okay. And your brother? Okay, I saw that. Okay, he also had some exams. How is situations with him? How is situations with him?
Uh, he is shot by my mother for not doing homework straight when he were home, because you know that even though he's grade 6, supposedly he can rest, but no, I think that I can't imagine how hard he studied this in grade 6. And you know that uh, my mother can't remember how many classes he attempted, because there were so many of them. Like he studied like every day of the week, even though he's grade 6. And grade 6 they have to rest after a very long battle, right?
Yes.
But no, but no, he still studied as hard as grade 5. And in grade 5, do you know how hard it is?
Wow.
My mother can't even remember how many classes she attempted for my brother, because there were so many of them, starting literally like day to day. But it was not paid off. He still have to go to a like a not an export school that makes all the works thrown into the river and to beach. It was like my mother was very disappointed, because you know that if I transferred the Vietnamese grade ranks from 0 to 10 to English from F to A plus, my like the average, my brother only got D, my D F. Yes, literally F. 2.75 out of 10. And do you know why?
Why?
He's supposedly to go into my school. But there is one thing that makes all of the tests go down horribly. His letter. Nobody can, yeah, nobody can read it. Even though he's in a grade 5, his letters still look like a bunch of insects. So I can't even read. Yes, and the person who read his letter must be a patience person. I am not one of I am not one of that, but my mother does. She can read it and even translate it, and I don't know what's the magic just that she used. Yeah. I think that I will try and take a secret photo of his letters, even though you don't have to look, because it's wait. I can borrow his English book, and I will take a photo and send it to you, probably the next class, because that when I the next class with you, I finish all 8 subjects. So I can send you an email and we will discuss about that photo.
Okay, and why this is happening to him? Okay, so why, for example, he's having this, let's say, this kind of problems. Okay, so why he cannot try to do something? Okay, to practice even more.
I think that that another example is your disabled people can't be cured. For example, do you know that there's a half body disabled and fully body disabled? Do you know about this?
Yes.
So when they have to like sit in a wheelchair for the rest of their life, because right now that do you know that like using temporary legs and like temporary arms is very popular, but those those kind of things can only be like wrapped to the pupil if the bones is like strong enough. But for the people who are like fully disabled, half of the body, they can't like court. And there's still all of them always need something to depend, so they can't so to stand up. My brother is one of that example, but not with not with legs. But it's like because that depends on the DNA that my brother have. There is something that can't be cured. No matter how work we how much effort we put into this. For example, you know that I'm very bad at art, right? I'm very bad at art.
Yes,
because yes, I'm very bad at art because of like for some weird reason that supposedly my mother is very good at drawing, but I'm not. Maybe some people might say that the children will be like mostly the same as mother, as the mother, but I am an situations where I'm not the same DNA as my mother. That's make me have a lot of difference. I can't draw anything, but my mother can draw like artists. Yeah, my mother can read or like write very good. His letter is very good, but my brother don't have it. Like the difference is literally the ocean. So it's like very hard. So I think that's why that he couldn't even fix after a very long of a lot of effort putting into the letter, but a lot of them wasn't paid off.
Okay, but this is something that happens. For example, in my, let's say, in my well, how should I say, in my when I was your age, I mentioned to you before, because I couldn't draw very well. I also couldn't let's say, I couldn't write nicely. Okay, so my my writing, okay, so people can read, but it is the problem. Okay, so most of them, they have a problem and they need to read what I wrote. But I think that why, for example, I'm trying to force your brother. Okay, why, for example, your brother don't type something. Okay, when you type something, you will not write. So is it possible, for example, in your school that he can type something instead of writing?
There's a difference between Vietnam and Australia. Australia, that 90% of the homework have been done in the computer, but in Vietnam, they really depends on writings. They really depends on writings and not use computer much, because I do know that Australia is a developed country.
Yes, of course.
So I mostly use computers, like for it's very faster and it's everyone can write. No, everyone like can center information no matter the letter is ugly or very beautiful. But in Vietnam, that is still being developed. So handwriting is still more preferred, especially for teachers. They want students to train the writings, except the typing. Do you know that if people typing a lot, the letter will become worse because in a long time since they don't write things. I have a time where in Australia that you know that homework almost don't exist and I type them on my computer.
Yes.
That's mean after go back to Vietnam for my first step write things that I write like I'm write the same as my brother because in a long time I haven't I haven't write anything. So Vietnam is still the handwriting is still being well known and we have to wait for a couple of years more. So the computers are developed very much and the Vietnamese government will try to use computer more in some real life work to like overcome the quality. So the quality is just stay there, as you can see.
Okay, and how about okay, I understand that this is something that people usually now text. Okay, okay, so they text almost everything nowadays. Okay, but in the past we couldn't text so much. We couldn't, for example, use computers in the past. So now we are using something else. Okay, so and how about in the future? What do you think? How something will look in the future? What do you think? What will happen in the future? What is your opinion?
In my opinion, in the future, I think that in the future that maybe in my predictions that computers will be used a lot and they will become like very popular. Despite I'm sad that it was very walking with them for hours can like hurt the eyes, but maybe in the future that the scientists can invent a special glass that can like reflect the that computers the screen that they produce the small ultraviolet rays. And if those go to eyes for so long, the eyes have to work a lot, and we will have a difference with our vision. So maybe that scientists will try to invent some glass that are very good and protect us from the lights that dispensed by the computer. But we have to wait.
Okay. Yes, and I want to ask you because okay, we have here something that happened to me that I felt okay too much pressure, that something is that I'm not feeling well. I want to ask you about in your country. Okay, can you please tell me what is similar or what kind of, for example, what is something that happens to people in your country? Okay, what type of disease? Okay, so I feel sick. This is like okay, so something that happened to me that I felt very bad. Okay, do you have something like this that is happening, for example, in your country, that something can happen that you felt really bad? What is happening? Why people nowadays feel so bad? What do you think?
I read today that feels so. Wait, can you say the question again? I couldn't.
What are some common what are some common disease or so something that is common to people, for example, in your country? Okay, what is happening to people, for example, in your country? Okay, so we have here a lot of tension, a lot of work to do, a lot of obligations during the day. So what is something that happens in your country? Do people feel tired all the time? I just want to compare, for example, with something that is happening in my country. Can you compare, for example, what is happening in your country? I want to compare what is happening in your country and what is happening in my country. Can we try to compare this?
So the comments, I think that when there is something serious happened that people would try to like looking for the drama and comment a lot. Do you know that in Vietnam that now there's a very special drama when the criminal person that out of the prison about 3 months ago post a Reddit about I am hiding like I will try and like wait for me a little bit.
Okay, no problem.
Wait for me. Okay, so wait. Oh. Do you know that a person, that criminal in Vietnam, that do you know that having like the biggest a bank rob in the entire Vietnam history, and even the government have to work on this. While 1,000 billion Vietnamese dong was lost, about 5% of the Vietnamese worth in 2024. But then she said that now I am hiding 26 billion and 75 million USD in the ocean. Whoever can find it, just keep it. So this is like, it's not a drama or anything. This is a real thing. That I will wait for me a little bit. Okay, so do you know that this like this? I will tell you a story about this. So do you know that it's like this person used a lot of money of the bank SCB. The SCB stands for like Ho Chi Minh City Bank. To like so they earn a lot of money, and unfortunately she is killed and have to pay back over $26 billion.
And how?
And in the afternoon of 11th of April this year, just 10 days before, I was sent for me a little bit. So in the afternoon, 11th of April, the trial panel of the People's Court of Ho Chi Minh City has sentenced the defendant of this person and other defendants related to violations that occurred at the Commonwealth Joint Stock Bank and the group which this person is working is related to. And accordingly, the first instance jury sentenced the defendant in this person to 20 years of prison for violating regulations of banking operations, death penalty for embezzlement of property, and 20 years in prison for bribery in highway. Sentences is the death penalty. Regarding civil liability, the defendant must compensate SCB Bank an amount of more than 673 trillion Vietnamese dong. As you can see, just 10 days before, this becomes one of like the most like ridiculous thing happened in the entire Vietnam history. Yes, in 4,000 years, that nobody has like take this huge amount of money like that.
Wow. Wow, and what is something that government now can do? What do you think? What is something that government in this situation can do?
I will search for more. I think that person that I said is killed by the government and is end. I think that is already end.
Okay, and what government can do, for example, how government can return this amount of money. If I understood correctly, okay,
Yeah.
the money is lost. Is that right?
Yes, the money is lost and transferred to the company.
Okay. So, for example, I'm just giving you an example. So, for example, if someone steals money, okay,
Yeah.
for example, steals Vietnamese dong, and exchange these, for example, to dollars. Okay, so basically, then they cannot do anything with this man. Okay, he can transfer money to another place, and those are dollars. Is that right?
No, those are Vietnamese dong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but they exchanged the Vietnamese dollars to dollars.
No, this is a fully Vietnamese like the criminal, and this money is now given back to the government and returned back to the bank. So I think this officially end.
Okay. Wow, interesting things happened here. Okay, and okay, and do you have any other stories that are interesting like this? Can you share me some other stories that are like this story that you share?
Okay. I will send you the story about a 13-year-old boy is hit by a 15-year-old boy and a 6-year-old boy, so the brain is dead, and he has to go into the hospital for the whole past 1 month. So I will tell you the story about this. Please wait. Okay. Please wait for me.
No problem. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. So I was this happened in another province in Vietnam. So the 27th. Wait for me. Okay, this is a very ridiculous one. Just happened 1 month ago, but become like the most ridiculous thing that ever happened. Okay, so on March 27th, the Police Investigation Agency of Long Biên District Police in Hanoi decided to prosecute the case intentionally causing injury to investigate the case of an 8th grade male student being beaten to death. Critical health condition due to conflicts while playing basketball. The decision to prosecute the case was signed by Police Investigation Agency of Long Biên District Police on March 26th to investigate and qualify the violations of the individual involved in the case of an 8th grade male student being beaten to death in the spirit of right person, right crime, and right law. So, the incident happened on March 17th that a student was beaten and suffered a traumatic brain injury while playing basketball in a house yard. According to the reflection of the 8th grade male student's family at the basketball court, that the student I have just said that having conflict with a 12-year-old student. After that, both the 12-year-old student and his father out. He caught it, and the brother, the boy, and the 16-year-old boy beat beat him, causing this teenager to lose consciousness on the spot. Qualifying, the next one is it's just this is the story. Right now that he's still in the hospital and nobody know exactly.
Okay, so nobody knows what will happen. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and okay, so we have here. Okay, so okay, a lot of interesting things that can also happen when we are doing some crazy things. Okay, so and I want to ask you, did you ever in your life, did you ever do something that can be really dangerous? Okay, did you ever try to do something that is really dangerous?
Yeah, very dangerous. Yeah, I think it's very dangerous because of the confinement, like like the conflict with one of the students that like hits to death.
Oh, and why, for example, students wants to do something like this?
No, I think it all depends on what the education that there is.
Okay. And now I ask you, did you ever do something that is, let's say, naughty, crazy, or something like this in your life?
Yeah, I know it just by watching TikTok and YouTube.
Okay.
And even one more that I may said to you before.
Okay. So, and what is the most craziest things that, for example, some of your friends used to do it? Is there anything that, let's say, can be crazy that your friends used to do it when you, for example, about your age, something that they used to do it about your age, something that you consider that is not so good?
I haven't seen any of these situations in my school, so I don't know any.
Okay. And did you ever heard about in your city something more that is like teenagers that they used to do it? Is there anything that teenagers used to do that you consider that is crazy, that is not good?
Okay. That is not good.
Yeah, something that
Something I see in real life.
yes, something that can be really risky.
I haven't seen any risky things before.
Did you ever heard about this?
No, I haven't seen that there's some risky thing before.
Okay. Now, and what is something that can be really risky for you? Is there anything that, for example, can be really risky for you to do it right now? That you considered, for example, some of the of your someone who is about your age and doing something stupid. Okay, did you ever had these situations that some of students are doing something stupid and did you heard about this?
Heard about? Let me see. I think that I don't know any. Yeah, I don't know any.
Okay, and if some of your friends invite you to do something that you consider that is not so good, so what is something that you would say to your friends?
No, I don't know any.
Okay, now do you have any in your country or your city? Do you have any interesting stories like that you mentioned right now that you can share with me? Okay, can you share some other stories
No,
that?
about the school I don't have, but I know
No.
another one is about the people now.
Okay, can you share?
Okay, so I will read it. It's about a TikToker that are disabled at 3 years old. As 3 years old. He born in 1995, and when he was 3 years old, after a car accident, um, like the brain was already destroyed after tens of operations, but he can live so through now. But what's given back is the, do you know that everything under the shoulder can't move individually, which means that only hands, shoulder, and heads that can work individually. All others always need something to depend on. If they don't have, he will fall. So you have to sit in a wheelchair and almost just sit every day. Sit every day, every week, and every month.
Okay.
His families come from very rich families to one of the poorest one in the village after try to rescue him. We like grown up with a lot of negative things. A lot of time he want to give up, but the humanity of the family and teachers waken him up and overcome all the obstacles. And that thing makes him like having a certificate of going to the university after he finished that. He have a real work and a like a good family. And now he has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend.
Wow.
Another girlfriend. So everything seems to be good until he is, you know, he is like being shouted in the TikTok for doing dirty content to be famous. In the 5 months ago, he do you know that his name covers literally 90% of the TikTok. Come over 90% of the TikTok because a very like cool drama. He, among with his girlfriend, go into a restaurant, but what's given back is the like what's they given back is, you know, the negative feelings of his disabled, like the body disabled, come from the owners. I will read you the translation of the post.
Okay, let's see. Let's hear it.
I am thrown out of the restaurants because I sit in a wheelchair. I, along with a girlfriend, are going to a restaurant, and the waiter it's rain. The girlfriend go into the owners and tell him to take a wheelchair to the restaurant, but they said one sentence are very cold. These restaurants don't have any staff help you. So we just leaving that in a very cold rain. Coming to a restaurant that I go a lot, just go there and eat like normal. The place to sit a little bit small. So he right now that the owner is eating because it's in the noon. Because that like the road is very small, he just a little bit accidentally like pushing a little bit the owner. But he said, why would you allow for these people to go in? The owner said to the staff that are still eating and shout. The thing I said is like is said, but the shout to shout straight into the face of the staff, like that. But the staff said that he usually eat in here, usually just sit in here. But he just shouts, if I can't, I just sit up. I will minus your salary today. The meal was not very good. And the girlfriend started to cry. But like that the post about it seems, seems that everything is end, but the story didn't end here.
How?
After that, do you know that after check the camera, that restaurant has a camera.
Okay.
When the owner see the camera and post it in the internet, what I said before, that's Aries report speech to talk about what happened, he typed it, was wrong. And he, the owner said that everything he said is false. And he also mentioned that we don't say it. That's why would you allow for any people like this to go into it? That sentence, the owner tried to throw them out. Right after that, the TikToker also like upload a 8-minute video talking about this. He said that this post was not, so it's not supposed to be throwing someone's work, he said. At that time, I am very sensitive. The feelings go too high. I am a little bit sad, so I go share on Facebook. But I don't want to talk about everybody. And I don't want to remove the work of everybody. So I don't want to list the name in. Because listing some real name in the Facebook is banned.
Of course.
It still has an end.
Still?
Two lines of one agree and one not agree. A lot of people force this TikToker to come back into that and prove that we are not wrong or we try to fake. Additionally, the people that live near that also talk to the police about this, so have a little bit of money. After that, a lot of people said that the TikToker was fake, because in that 8-minute video I showed you before, he just said among, not going to the main thing, and he not said that the owners of the restaurant is said so hard to you or not. Sitting right in front of a lot of force from the people, the TikToker forced to like delete the posts, temporarily locked the Facebook, and turn off the comments in the TikTok. Do you know, even after 5 months, the story, the police is trying to identify. But even though wrong or not, the TikToker saying that they're already very brave. I think that soon or late that everything will be good. But like just to know that the story in Vietnam that is usually very complicated like that.
Okay. Like that. Okay, and what is your opinion based on the whole this situation that is happening? So what do you think about this story?
So I think the story that both pairs were wrong. Both pairs were wrong about the owners of the restaurant. She is like having with disabled people. This instead of doing like the owners, we should be like giving them like the way, the path. That's the easiest thing we can do, because disabled people is still a people.
Of course.
They will have all the work they need to do, and they earn all the things that they have. Like we shouldn't like confine them. We shouldn't confine them like that. About the TikToker, I think that he is like posting a lot. Is not very good. Instead, that just talk to the police about this. So in this situation, both pairs were wrong. Like that.
Yes, this is okay, but I want to tell you that something similar, not this story that you mentioned, but something similar is also happening. For example, in my country, we also have similar stories about.
So confined disabled people, right?
Not just disabled people, but we also can, for example, find something that is like this story that you speak about right now. So they are practically, what do? They are I don't know why, but they're trying to force something that, in my opinion, something that is not so good. Okay, so this is just like my opinion. For example, okay, so you know that my wife is working in a school. She's like a law in school. She's like a lawyer for school. So every school needs to have a lawyer. Okay, so because about some legal things that everything needs to work in appropriate way. So she's basically there a lawyer to school and help the school that school works nicely, etc. So what happened? I want to hear your opinion because you are in school. 6 or 7 days ago, dog bite some, because school is open. School is open. So
yes.
And street dogs came into a school and bite one girl. And my wife called the authorities, because in school you cannot do on your own, because you don't know this dog is dangerous, have some problems, blah blah blah. So they called the authority to come to catch this dog, because a lot of children are in danger. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what happened? Okay. Next. Okay. In these situations, what happens next? So they called the authorities. Authorities came. Everything was, let's say, okay. For now, everything was okay. And today, my wife told me that they used to have a problem. Problem was, for example, they used to, parents for children who are going to that school, they want to protect the dog. And basically they couldn't do anything. Okay, because they surrounded the dog, and they couldn't, for example, they called the authorities to come to move that dog away, not to kill the dog, to move that dog from the school property. And they couldn't do anything because parents protecting this dog. And what is the problem? Problem is the dog is angry and bite students. So can you imagine this? Yeah, you have angry dog in your school who bite students. No. I'm just saying you have angry dogs in your school the dog is biting your students, you call the authority, school principal and people from school, call the authorities to come to move that dog away, to move to the animal shelter or whatever. And parents wants to protect this dog to stay in school. Can you imagine this nonsense? So you have angry animal there. You want someone to come to protect the angry animal. In this angry animal bites students. Complete nonsense.
Yeah.
And I asked my wife, what can you do? And she, because you have these organizations, they are protecting animals. And I asked my wife, but what you can do? We cannot do anything because the law with this for this animal, for people who are protecting animal is so strong that they basically cannot do anything. But in the same time, if this happens again, for example, that if let's say if this happens again, okay, people who are in charge of this school, like principal of this school, like my wife, okay, they will be guilty. So basically, you are in that position. You cannot do anything. So from one side, you have a dog who will bite your students. Parents of the students protect this angry animal. And from the other side, if this angry animal bites some of these students, people who are working in school will be responsible. So it's complete nonsense. And my wife and people from school, they cannot do anything. Basically, they cannot do anything. In this situation, they cannot do anything. And I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why people want to do something like this, because this is a nonsense. So what do you think about this?
I think that this was very painful, and I think that dogs can carry rabies. And do you know what happens if rabies go into the body? The chance of death is literally go up to 100% if don't cured. That's the, do you know, after rabies go into the body, it's only you can only have 40 minutes.
Exactly.
You only have 40 minutes through.
Exactly, and they are trying to okay, people from government and other they are acting really ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Okay, people from not from school, people from school, they want to protect the students, but they cannot protect the students because they are protecting this animal. I don't have anything against animals, but if the animal is angry, and then there is one big problem. So they are facing with one of the biggest problems, and they cannot protect students. And this is, in my opinion, this is something that is really, really bad.
Okay.
Okay, so
I think so.
So, for example, my wife will be responsible for someone else because she's a lawyer in school, and basically they cannot do anything about this. And this is like I mentioned, this is complete nonsense. What do they do in these situations? What do they do? This is ridiculous. Okay, so for example, you are at the zoo. Imagine that you are at the zoo, and some animal bite you. So how would you respond on this? You will be angry. You're going to the zoo. So your obligations and everything what you are doing, okay, is on your side, and you need to protect everyone from school, from if you are visiting a zoo and some places like this, You need to make sure that your students and everyone else are protected. So the same thing applies to you when you're in your school. If you have, for example, angry cat or if you have a snake or some animal that is poisonous, so you need to protect the students. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and did you ever have had a situation face to face with some angry animal or something like this? Did you ever had these situations that you are facing with angry animal?
With angry animals? No, I haven't face to face with them.
Okay, so what is something that you can do if you're faced with angry animal? What are your choices? What is something that you can do if you are facing with angry animal?
If I am faced by animals,
Yes.
it depends. Dogs. I think that when I meet dogs, I'm not looking straight into the eyes, because that when dogs seeing that if there is something, even other animals that look straight into the eyes, they will think that we are opponent and let's fight. So they will go and bite us. It's not good. When we see a dog from further away that they seem to have rabies in the body, we must go away. And we shouldn't run, because they know that when some dog is rabies, they don't know what hurt is. They run very fast because the rabies already destroyed the brain and control the dog. So when we see it from about 30 meters away, we have to run as fast as possible. No, we're not to run. We just go, because our eyes are very thick, and if they see that we are normal, they will not bite.
Okay, so those are things that we can do. Okay, so yes, I'm pretty much aware of this. Okay, and what animals do you consider that they are dangerous? Okay, so what are some animals that you think that are really dangerous?
Like the dangerous, like kangaroo.
Oh, kangaroo. Oh, why kangaroo?
They are dangerous because that the scratch is very dangerous. It can literally like crawl the face skin, so it's not good. Do you know that when we see a kangaroo, we shouldn't run. We just we have to like makes them think that we are smaller than them.
Really? Why?
Because they will think that no, they are like some smaller than us. There's no reason to fight with. So we have to like we have to cough in front of them, so they see that we are very weak. So they don't think that we need to fight. But if you try to make me strong, they will go and this hurt us, because they want to see that which one is stronger. You know that they will attack until we die. Oh. So they can see that we are good. So we are we are fair. But for the somehow you meet the like lions, there is a chance that you will survive. There's a chance you will survive. If you meet the lion, not 100% you will die. This time you will do like opposite from the kangaroo. You have to make that you are stronger. No, not stronger, but taller than them. Lions see when something is taller, they will like run away. So we no not feel nervous, because if we feel nervous, they will think that we are weaker, so they will eat. But if we just like makes me that feel taller, we can like wave the hand, makes me feel taller than the lions. They see we're taller, so they not fight us with that. This is the survival skills, because life, we don't know what happened tomorrow.
Okay, I'm aware of this. Okay, so Khang, okay, we can stop here because I have another class in soon. Okay, thank you one more time for we postponed our class for 30 minutes. Okay, see you on Friday at okay, and I wish you a nice day. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.